NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of Sunday Night Baseball.
Mid-April in Philadelphia, bring your jacket. Got a chill in the air and a chill on the field. No love lost between two longtime NL East rivals inside Citizens Bank Park. The Philly faithful not afraid to rain down boos in the first two games of the series so far. Philly's trying to avoid the sweep tonight against Ronald Acuna and the first place Atlanta Braves. Star power on both sides. Sunday Night Baseball on Peacock, presented by Capital One, live from Philly. So glad you're with us. Ahmed Fareed here with the breaker of the curse of the Billy Goat back in 2016, Anthony Rizzo. A decade ago? That was a decade ago?
10 years. It goes by fast.
Time flies. Time flies. It has been a great series so far. If you are an Atlanta Brave, Philly's trying to avoid the sweep up to this point in game number 3 of the series tonight. The Atlanta Braves, we knew they were going to be good early in the season, all the caveats, but right now, Anthony, as we sit here right now, they are a top what team in baseball?
They got to be top 5. I mean, they came to play this weekend, and I know all these NL East, all the division battles now are that much more important because you only play the teams twice at home, twice on the road. So they came to play, and they have a chance to sweep, something they haven't done here in years.
Yeah, I bet they would argue top 3 or 2 or maybe even 1 after what we've seen the first couple games. So this is Friday. Taijuan Walker did not have a good start. Gave up the 3-run shot to Austin Riley. And then in the third inning, Dominic Smith adding more.
Man, what a story he's been. What an early jolt. He's really taken advantage of an opportunity.
8th inning. New dad this week. Michael Harris. Dad strength. 9-0 Braves win. So Taijuan Walker, not a great start for him. A little bit better on the mound for the Phillies, but they had trouble behind Mr. Sanchez.
Looks like Sosa just peaked a little too early there, and then a swinging bunt hit there. Next at bat, a little loop single. That's all you need with Chris Sale on the mound. You got to be perfect with him, and Sanchez did his best, but Chris Sale was just that much better.
Yeah, Christopher Sanchez did not pitch poorly, but Dubon dropping the 2-run single in there. So 3-1 was the final score yesterday. What has impressed you most about the Atlanta Braves so far?
I think their start is really impressive. They're very healthy. Their pitching staff has been a surprise, right? They had 4 injuries in spring training, and they came to play. And Walt Weiss, being their bench coach for the last 8 years, it's not easy now being the leader, the head guy in charge. So yeah, you could see the guys have rallied around him, and they're off to a great start.
You look at the numbers offensively, tops in baseball in many categories. Pitching, though, run prevention has been there for the Braves, and as you mentioned, that has been the surprise. Here's the starters going tonight for the Braves. There you got Grant Holmes, 1 of 2 pitchers, along with Chris Sale, to throw his slider over 40% of the time. Now, last night, 5 of the 7 Ks from Chris Sale came on that slider, something to watch. And Andrew Painter, going for the Phillies, former first-round pick, making his 3rd start tonight. He's from Florida, grew up, 30 minutes from where you grew up. Any experience with this guy back in the day?
Well, when he was a junior in high school in 2020, he struck me out. So that one hurt. Yeah, it was during COVID, the shutdown, and we needed at bats, live at bats, and we went to a high school, and here's this tall, lanky kid who throws 100, and his fastball was real. I looked at my trainer, and I go, man, if he figures out his off speed, he's going to be something special. And here we are, Sunday Night Baseball, 6 years later, and now I'm calling the game for him.
He's figured it out, too. You go, he better be good because he just struck me out. That's an incredible story. So we'll get to see him on a major league mound, not on a back high school field in Florida. Another guy you're very familiar with, and if the Phillies are going to get to where they think they want to be this year, it's going to be that guy right there. Your 4th year in Chicago, he joined the team. Kyle Schwarber, what does he mean to this Phillies team, especially right now that they're struggling?
Well, he's a guy who's been through everything. So in that clubhouse, I know for a fact he's not panicked. He has great perspective. He's been through highs, he's been through lows, he's been DFA'd. He just signed a massive deal, $150 million. And he's on pace to be in the Hall of Fame. 32 homers for the next 5 years, and he's going to have 500. It's impressive.
Only Aaron Judge since he became a Philly. Kyle Schwarber back in 2022, only Aaron Judge has more home runs. So more on the Phillies, more on the Braves here in 1 second. We want to take a look around Major League Baseball. We do that every Sunday night with the Sunday Night Baseball Buzz and Bob Costas.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. Been waiting all day for the stars to come and play. Now we just gotta say it's been too long, been too long. Sunday night, the show's about to start. Grab your seat just like you're at the park. Rest assured the best are here tonight. Greatest show and a diamond under light. You gotta see the show. It's a dynamo. You gotta see the show. It's a rock and roll.
Sunday night baseball. Braves, Phillies, out of here in a big way.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ball. Been waiting all day for the stars to come and play. There's one thing left to say. It's Sunday night, Sunday night. Welcome to the show. Sunday night, let's go. Welcome to Sunday night. Come and see them. Come on. See the show.
Welcome to Sunday Night Baseball on Peacock, presented by Capital One. Only one division lead in baseball as of right now is more than one game. That's Atlanta by 4.5 over the field in the National League East as the Braves go for a sweep of the Philadelphia Phillies here at Citizens Bank Park tonight. Thanks for joining us once again, as always, joined by experts from both clubhouses, Jason Benetti, CJ Nitkowski from the Braves, John Kruk of the Philadelphia Phillies. And CJ, let's start with you. The Braves are hot, winners of 4 in a row. What's your headline for their season so far?
It's got to be the starting pitching. Everything has been going really well, but the starting pitching in particular, after losing 4 significant pieces in spring training, including Spencer Schwellenbach and Spencer Strider. A couple of guys have been asked to step up, and they have done it. Martin Perez has done a really nice job here so far. You're going to see Grant Holmes tonight. He has been good. Of course, Chris Sale has been pitching like the future Hall of Famer that he is. That has led to the Atlanta Braves leading all of Major League Baseball in starting pitchers ERA right now.
Got a great starting pitching performance last night from Chris Sale in a 3-1 win. Philadelphia, John, has lost 4 in a row, but they've had some odd starts in good years. How do they get back on track?
Well, they have to tell themselves they have 142 games left to play, and they have plenty of opportunity to catch up. But to me, it starts and ends with Bryce Harper. He's your best player, and he has to play like your best player, and that is what he has been doing. And tonight with Andrew Painter on the mound, he was great after missing the first couple innings with a migraine. He pitched great, though, when he did come in for those 5 innings. Hopefully for the Phillies, he can do that again tonight.
Hopefully the lights come on for the Phillies like they just did behind us. We have some weather here in the area. There's some rain in the forecast possibly that might pop up. But they have untarped home plate. They've untarped the mound, which is good news, although the umpires are having a quick discussion here. Anthony Rizzo is downstairs to go inside the pitch in our ball game. And I guess you're our weather expert right now, too. How is it down there, Anthony?
A little windy, a little chilly, but everything's fine. This is good football weather here in April to start the season.
So Andrew Painter on the mound for Philadelphia here. As a team, when you haven't seen a guy like Atlanta has not seen him, what are the hitters' meetings like today?
Well, you go over the scouting report, right? And then as soon as the game gets going, you're just watching, you're in tune to every single pitch, and then you're talking to the guys right away. You got to rely on the guys' feedback. And a team like the Braves, they've been together for so long, so many years. They have so much history, so they'll be able to make adjustments real quick in game.
Well, that is the plan for this Atlanta team, CJ, that is second in baseball in slugging, third in on-base percentage, fourth in home runs. The starting pitching, as you said, has been phenomenal, but this offense has been, as the kids say, a wagon as well.
It runs really deep in the lineup, and the big part of that is they're getting production from the guys you would expect it, but it's the bottom of the order, and some of the newcomers like Mauricio Dubon, like Dom Smith, they have been excellent. This has been one of the best 7, 8, 9s in all of Major League Baseball. Let's talk about depth of lineup. A lot of the times, it's hard to come by. Right now, the Braves have it.
Atlanta comes in at 14-7. Philadelphia is 8-12, and we'll give you the starting lineup presented by Capital One for this Atlanta team that we saw last Sunday night put 13 runs up against a Cleveland Guardians team that relies on its pitching. And we were talking to Walt Weiss. The bottom of the order has really been the engine for this team, although Ozzie Albies has had a nice series. Matt Olson, the Iron Man, starting to tune it up. It's a very balanced order.
It is. And again, you get that kind of depth that's hard to come by at the major league level. And it was some guys, quite honestly, that you weren't sure what their roles were going to be. Dom Smith came in as a non-roster invitee and up on the roster at the very end of spring training. He has been hugely impactful.